Jessica here on Jessica Says, where Jessica says it all, and that is how I feel. So I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. It is a bright, beautiful day. It's about midday, and I am going to start to cook dinner a little earlier than normal. It's like 4:21 right now, and yeah, I'm about to cook dinner. So we are about to make Alfredo fettuccine pasta. Yum. So yeah, guys, right now I have my noodles on, and this is a mixture of linguine and angel hair because I didn't have that much linguine. So yeah, I didn't have that much linguine, so I mixed it. And inside of the water, I put a little bit of oil. I put some black pepper and onion powder and a little bit of black pepper, onion powder, and oil. Yeah, that's all I put in there. And then, garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder inside of the water. Right now, the boiling is on 3. So, hopefully you guys can see that. You see? Yeah, you can see. 3. And so, the next step is to go ahead and cook my shrimp. I've seasoned my shrimp up. I've seasoned the shrimp. I have some butter in the pan, and yeah, I have some butter in the pan, and it has paprika, garlic, minced garlic, onion powder, and black pepper. Why are you ringing my doorbell? It has minced garlic, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and I have this butter right here, which is Kerrygold butter. It's about $3 and change, and I have some Country Crock original butter, which I love, and so I have some of that, like one slice of that and 2 slices of that. For some reason, my pot, the noodles, is cooking really fast. This stove really gets hot. And noodles don't take that long to cook, so I need to go ahead and make a move on it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, this is basically almost done. I'm going to turn this on low so that it cooks a little bit slower. Because noodles only take about 12 minutes to cook, and I put in a couple of broccoli up, and I have more broccoli inside of the fridge. So I'm gonna start with this. Cut this up. How have you guys been doing? See, this is a meal that honestly takes quick time. I've already pre-washed my broccoli, even though sometimes it says that it's already clean and all that stuff. Yeah, you always wash your stuff. You always wash it. Even, I don't care if it says pre-wash anything, you just still wash it. Just to make sure, really safe and sorry, especially nowadays, you know, unless you're actually getting your vegetables and fruit from a farm, which some people have the accessibility to do so, then you don't really know where it's coming from, unless you want to be honest about it. So at least do your own due diligence and wash it, right? So I'm cutting this up. I'm going to steam this. This will take about 5 to 8 minutes, maybe 10. No, like 5 to 8 to steam. I want this to still be crisp. If you over steam your broccoli, it won't be crisp. We don't want non-crisp broccoli. And just make sure you cut off the stem. You know, we're on dim vibes today. Got the candle going on. So yeah. Hopefully the lighting is not that bad, but it's a vibe. Oh, it's a vibe, yeah, it's a vibe. So yeah.
I can't eat it.
Turn the light on just for a little more light. Okay, so this is all the broccoli that we're going to use.
Yeah, because I just like
We don't need that much. My mommy's cooking.
Yeah.
Because you pick it up and you're not putting it back in the pan. You can eat broccoli raw.
I can eat broccoli.
Oh, we didn't know. Alright. So, this is done. This is done. Yeah, this is done. Okay. So, I'm going to start these right here. I'm going to go ahead and put these on. 4. For my oven, my stove, it goes from low, 3, 5, and 7, and high. So it's low, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I normally put my food between low and 5. I don't go above 5 when I'm trying to cook really fast, and then I bring it back down. So it's okay for your shrimp to not be in the pan. It needs to be in the pan before the butter melts down. I know that for normal time, if you're taking your time, you'll put the garlic and you'll put the butter inside the pan first, and then you put the shrimp in. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna make some Alfredo sauce. Oh, I also squeeze a light amount of lemon in this. A light amount. Just for that lemon flavor. Yes.
What is here?
The batter?
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. You gonna put outside? Don't touch that ladder. Okay. So I'm about to make my I'm gonna make my broccoli. I don't have that much water in here, but you guys can't really see. It's about half a cup of water that's inside of this for the broccoli. I'm gonna put this on the back eye. Okay. So this is starting to sizzle up. I can drain these soon. I don't need to be over draining this one's 1. This is starting to sizzle up. Alright, I'm gonna put these in. Okay, so I add mixed garlic, mixed garlic into my broccoli. Alright, this shrimp is basically almost done. Give it 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm going to add some black pepper. After they go to the bathroom, I'll push you, okay? Close my door. So I put some black pepper in there, a little bit of garlic. See, garlic is nice for Alfredo. Garlic and onion powder, I think that's basically the basics you need. That's basically it. I'm gonna bring you guys closer. So this is how my shrimp is looking. Okay. Uh-oh, we lost the shrimp. Man down. This is how the shrimp is looking. So if you see this, that type of gray kind of color, that means it's not. See? That means it's not done. So you need to make sure you flip it. Make sure you flip them so that everything on both sides, all sides get done. Because you don't want to have uncooked shrimp. That's nasty. That's nasty. That redness color is paprika. So again, a little squeeze of lemon, garlic, a spoonful of garlic, black pepper, onion, and a light amount of garlic powder. I'm seasoning my meat, so I don't have to put that much garlic inside of my sauce. Now I am going to use real minced garlic, scallion, a little bit of red pepper and white pepper. A little bit of red young onion and white onion, or like a yellow onion technically, to put in my sauce, which we're about to start cooking. fairly shortly. And I switched spoons because you're technically not supposed to go from uncooked shrimp to another thing that is uncooked. If it's all cooked, you can use it. If not, then you need to use 2 separate utensils while it's cooking. Okay, I turned my stove up on this broccoli because it's taking long for it to go up. And you know what? I'm gonna add some butter to it. I'm gonna add some country crock to it just to make sure that it's a little too much. That's enough. See, that's good. And bear with me, guys. I'm using one hand to do everything and the other hand to record. See, this is good. See, I went from broccoli to shrimp, but shrimp to broccoli is different. Shrimp to a vegetable or a meat to a vegetable is different. All right, see, now this is basically done. Just that fast. Just that fast. This is basically done. So I'm about to turn off this eye, and I'm gonna put a cover. So this eye is coming off. I'll put this to the back. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a cover onto this. I'm gonna close up the butter, and I'm gonna pour out those noodles. And that's how you can tell if your noodles are done. You see that? That's how you can tell. If you taste the noodle and it goes straight through, it's done. Yes. Oil helps your noodles not stick. Just a fun fact. All right, I'll be back. Okay, this is more like a vlog style how-to. Gotta have fun while doing things, right? So, as you can see, my butter has melted down. The broccoli is finished, and so are my shrimp. Now, I'm not making a whole bunch of this just because in my household, they don't like to eat leftovers. You see what he said? That's boring, leftover boring. So, I'm going to grab the scallions and the garlic that I just cut up. Let that cook down. Let that cook down. So I started this at 422, I think I said, or 421, and it's 453. So you guys can, basically govern the time that it's taking for all this to be done. Now, if you started everything at once, it's probably already been finished. But I'm just making the sauce. So I'm gonna cook this down. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit more of the minced garlic because I don't feel like cutting up any of the real garlic. So if you're going to use garlic cloves, instead of doing 2, I would do 4. I did 2. I think I need 4. So. Yeah. Maybe that's more than 4. Maybe that's like 3. So I would do 5 chopped up minced garlics. 6 chopped up minced garlics is what I would do if you're doing it. So 6 real organic garlic. That's how your pot should look. You see that? That's how you want it to look. All right. Yes. All right. It was on low. It was on low. So now I'm turning it up to 4. Okay. Next up, I'm going to pour in the heavy cream. This is the Horizon Heavy Whipping Cream. And I'm going to pour this in. And this should be enough. See, it's hot. It's ready to be used. I already shaked it up. So. Yeah, that's gonna be enough for us one carton. And it's already looking kind of bubbly. Get it all out. Look at that. Look at that. It looks good, guys. It is good. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stir everything together. It's gonna have a milk consistency, guys. See that butter? Brown is the butter. Get the scallions in there. Yes. I already made one. Come get it. I was drinking on it. I'm gonna, like I said, let this sit for 2 to 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in. See how that looks? Look how that looks. I wanted you to see the real color of it. See the greenery? I'm gonna add in my onions after this has set for a little while, and I will be back. Okay, guys, so you see this bubbling? That's what you want to see. You want to make a stir so doesn't nothing get stuck to the pot. That's what you want to see. Yeah, you want to stir that up. Okay, I'm going to turn on the light again. I just want you to see the real color of it. Okay, now I'm going to take the onions and put it in. I'm going to take these onions and put it in. I'm going to add some more black pepper. And I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning to it. You see how it's bubbling? All right, you want to turn it down a little because you don't want it to overboil. But that's good. That is delicious. That's what you want to see. So I get all the little onions out of whatever I cut up. I want to get off of this. Okay, now I'm going to stir this in. Stir that in. All right, like I said, I want to get some of this and put it in there. Yo, guys, it's starting to smell like what it's supposed to smell like, and it smells delicious. I know I already put some garlic in there, but just a dash. I like my food very seasoned, not like very seasoned. And like I mentioned, a light amount of Italian.
Last time my mom gave you money.
Yeah. Yep.
You put it in your tin.
That's it. A little bit of Italian. And that's it. We're gonna stir this around. So that it, yeah. Okay, so when you see these little bubbles, that means that it's really time for the cheese to get put in. I always tell you guys, if you're using a non-stick pan, always use plastic utensils, because when you use a steel type of utensil, it can make the Teflon or whatever the silicone is on the pan that is making it non-stick come up, and it can be detrimental to your health. So I always tell you that, which is why you always will see me use a plastic utensil. So now it's time. See those bubbles? Perfect timing. Let's go ahead and get the cheese. Mozzarella. I'm making it right now. Okay. All right, let me prop you guys up. All right, guys, we're gonna add the cheese now. bubbling and you want to see it bubble, that's a good sign. So, like I mentioned, I have mozzarella and Parmesan. My guy does not like Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to put some on for me after I give him his. So you want to put half your container. Basically, instead of using Parmesan like everybody else do, or most people do, we're going to use mozzarella. Mozzarella is just as stringy, and you can always basically grate Parmesan, or you can always, you know, top off your pasta with Parmesan cheese on top. So when you get the cheese and you start to put it in, you're going to need to go ahead and stir. I put, that bag was already used. There's 4 cups in that bag. You need to use a whole bag of cheese, okay? So that bag I already used basically like a cup. So it's only like 3 cups of cheese in that bag. So as I'm putting it in, I'm stirring it. But normal cases, you would use half a bag of whatever cheese that you're going to use. Just make sure it's a white cheese because you want a white sauce. So I'm going to use half of the bag. I'm going to let it sit. And I'm going to come back and put the rest of it in there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Get into it, guys. Get into it, guys. Yummy. Okay. The key to the cheese and the mozzarella and the sauce is to not let it sit. You don't want anything to burn. You don't want anything to stick to the pan, because it will stick to the pan. It will try its hardest to stick to the pan. And that's why, I'm gonna say it again, that's why you need to make sure that you're cooking your sauce on low. Right now my sauce is on 3. I'm even gonna turn it down to low because I don't want it to burn. It's really easy to burn with cheese. So I'm gonna let this sit. Just make sure you stir it so it doesn't get stuck. I'm gonna let this sit and then I'm gonna come back. What's that? Okay, so I added some more off camera. I added some more black pepper, a little bit of Lorry seasoning salt, and a little bit more minced garlic to really give it flavor. Oh, and a light amount. Well, at least a more of a light amount than the Lorry's. Lorry's is seasoning salt. So guys, you gotta be mindful of Lorry's salt because it's salt. So when I tell you a dash, I mean light, a pinch. A pinch of Lorry's salt. That's the correct terminology. I use a pinch of Lorry's salt, seasoning salt. And then I use another spoon of minced garlic and half a spoon of black pepper. There you guys go. See the cheese? Yeah, see, I'm gonna let this bubble up some more, and then I'm going to make the rest of the food and put everything together. Now, what I do want to mention is that if you are using mozzarella cheese and you're not using Parmesan cheese, like how I'm today, I'm using mozzarella cheese. So it's going to be an Alfredo sauce, but the Alfredo sauce is going to have a different taste. Like, it's going to taste like Alfredo, get me wrong, but it's going to have a different kind of a texture, different kind of a taste, because you're not using Parmesan cheese. A lot of Alfredo sauces use Parmesan cheese as the base, so it may taste a little different because you're using mozzarella, not Parmesan, which a lot of the recipes calls for Parmesan cheese. Okay, just a heads up. I turn the stove on to 3 again, just to help it bubble up again, because now it's time for it to bubble up. Now that everything has marinated in, I'm gonna let this do this for 3 minutes, and then it'll be done, guys. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey fam, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you leave all your comments down below so that I can answer them. Any questions that you have, and any videos you want me to do, any food you want me to try to make, let me know. I will go ahead and make it for you guys and do a whole tutorial on it, vlog style. As always, I have a little one, so I end up getting interrupted throughout the videos. So you guys understand. I appreciate you guys understanding that. But for my newcomers, I thank you for joining us. Hopefully you stay with the family and you continue to show your support on my up and coming and previous videos. If you are an OG subscriber or a new subscriber, please make sure you go to video 1. Click my videos, and then on the filters, choose the options oldest or oldest video, and start from the very beginning. See my journey. Support all the videos that I've had. Watch them, binge watch them. You can binge watch them. It's about 4 days worth of videos if you sit there and watch them all. Maybe 5, of course. But go through them. Basically, it takes you only 5 minutes to go through all my videos and, you know, support even the older ones that are on there as well. They need views too, right? They have some good things that you probably have missed and need to see and hear in the past that I have created that you may never have gone through and noticed. So take the time out to read them and watch them and enjoy. I'm going to let this simmer like I said, and I'll be back once everything is together. Look at that. See that bubble? See that bubble? Afro. It's like, this is 3 weeks of my Jerry Curl and wet lime. And it's still like this. If you haven't seen that video, it'll be in the cards above and down below. Check it out. I'll be back when it's time to mix everything together. This is one of my most favorite meals. You see that? And you know what? Just because I love black pepper, like you guys don't understand, I love black pepper. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing with the extra seasoning. I told you guys the basics. Now, as you learn how to cook, you cook things to your liking, okay? But at the beginning of this, I basically told you the bare basics to do this the way that you cannot mess it up. The beginner friendly version. All the extra seasoning, all the extra stuff that I'm doing, you don't have to do if you're not there yet. And to be honest, taste your sauce. You may not want to add any more pepper. You may not want to add this Lorry sauce, seasoning sauce. That's why I did it off camera, because that's technically not something you have to do. But you can add a pinch of salt to help it if you are a salt person, which is why I added seasoning salt, because I'm not just a salt person, I'm a seasoning salt person. All right. This is this is good. So good. All right. Now let's add the noodles. All right. So at this point, you turn off your stove, which I have done. Yep, I just did that. And this is how my Alfredo looks.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yummy. Yummy in his tummy. Look at that.
Yummy.
To the broccoli. You see that? The yumminess. Now on my plate, I'm going to add Parmesan cheese. I was going to make a separate sauce just for me, like separately with Parmesan and for him mozzarella dip. When I was tasting the sauce, it's actually really good. So I said, okay. I said, I'm still putting Parmesan on top as a garnish. You see that? You see, this is why you got to stir it around, because on the bottom, it really has all the real goodness. Okay guys, so the time right now is 5:21. I started at 4:20, no 5:21. I started at 4:21, so it took me an hour to do this meal. If you cook everything at once, it probably take about 30 minutes to do it. Basically, if you have 3 pots, you can put a pot on for your shrimp, a pot on for your broccoli, and a pot on for your sauce. And a pot on for your, so 4 pots.
I just bought all the toys.
4 pots. A pot on for your noodles. So the noodles take about 12 minutes to be done, 10 to 12 minutes. The shrimp about the same amount of time. The broccoli takes about 5 to 8 minutes to steam up, and then you put everything together. You know, let it cook down. The sauce has to cook down. It's about 10, 15. You know, if you're really slow cooking people, you have to slow it. You want to make sure you're adding things to it for texture and taste. And then, yeah, 5, 10 minutes. That's it for the sauce. 15 at the longest. When you put everything together, let it sit together. And that's a good, 20, 30 minute meal. Took me an hour because I had cut in between. I didn't have certain things prepared that I needed to prepare to do the sauce, like the onions and, making sure that everything was, already out for me. But if you prep everything before, it takes you about 30 minutes to do it. But for me, it took me an hour. So I take my time with cooking. The longer you take, the better it tastes. If you didn't know, now you know. So that being said, I thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Leave your comments down below. Give me your ideas to what you want me to cook the next Sunday. And with that being said, I will see you on my next video. Peace, love,